I'm going to introduce three things to you guys today: who we are as a company, but also introduce our new facility, and then I'll share a few examples of the kinds of problems we help clients solve. So hopefully you enjoy it. So next slide, please. Oh, gotta go with this. So in terms of our mission, and you'll see this theme throughout, we really believe that the best way we can help our clients is to helping them accelerate getting their products to the clinic. And the reason we do that really is because we want to get more and more treatments to patients. We're an extremely patient-centric company. You'll see in a minute why. It really goes down to our origins and where we came from, including our name. So, Andelyn is really the combination of Andrew and Evelyn. These are two children that were part of pivotal clinical trials at Nationwide Children's Hospital. And we're just very honored that, they allowed us to use their name. They continue to support us. And it always reminds our team every day why we're here, what is it that we do. We're very purpose-driven. And it's just a great reminder of always putting patients first. As a company, our name is fairly new, so we actually started in September of 2020, but we actually have been around for about 15 years. We were the manufacturing arm of Nationwide Children's Hospital, not only producing for them, but early on in the formation of the company, we started producing, developing products, bringing things to the clinic for you name it, biotechs, pharma, foundations, academic institutions, hospitals. So been around for quite a while. Located in Columbus, Ohio, so right in the Midwest. And we've got 3 locations. I will be showing you one of our newest locations, but we've got a development center that we actually just opened last week. It's about 50,000 square feet. We have our new facility, which is about 200,000 square feet. I'll show you a little video. We're almost done with the construction. And then we have our current existing facility. You see the picture of the building there. Since last year, we actually are co-owned between Nationwide and Paul Corporation. And actually, it's not just an ownership from Paul. It's really a strategic partnership with them, Cytiva. And it's been extremely fruitful for us to work with them. Like I said, we've got just quite a bit of experience I'd like to share with you. So just one last bit about our history. So starting in 2006, really the first operation. And over the years, these are some of the examples we can share with you of companies we've helped through their preclinical work, their IND, their clinical production, and many of them have now become part of larger companies. Some of them have licensed their products out to other companies, and throughout those years, we've just continued to work with more and more clients. I think last count, we've worked with over 150 companies out there, and are just very proud of them, having been able to help them. 2017 is when we began operations in that facility I showed you on the previous slide, and like I said, in 2020 is when we actually founded the company. So we're full spectrum CDMO. What does that mean? I mean, we really, under one team, can do everything for clients end to end. So whether it be starting materials like plasmids, cell lines, vector design, all of the developments or the analytical process development, whether it's a tech transfer situation, we're able to cover that and support that. And of course, the manufacturing side, which is very comfortable both in adherent and in suspension up to 2,000 liters, or benchtop if that's where the client needs to start. And then fill finish is something we've been doing for years. And as we open the new building, this is a service that now we're transitioning to automated in an isolator for clients. So that's something we've done. And underpinning all of these services is a very strong quality control, QA, and regulatory support function that we have on behalf of our clients. And I think what makes us the proudest is actually, beyond those skills, is the way we can work with such a variety of clients. I mean, we work sometimes with principal investigators directly, with PIs, very comfortable speaking their language, understanding how they work with grants and how they work in the academic world, all the way to working with biotechs and pharma and understanding the constraints and the needs there. So we're very comfortable being very flexible and just adapting to whatever clients need for us to do on their behalf. I'm going to show you a video. If you guys can hit the run button and just describe a bit of our new facility. I think if I hit, don't know if I hit next if it works or, nope, let's go back. Are you guys able to hit enter? There it goes. So this is our brand new facility. We began construction in November of 2020. And as you can see, it's a fairly large building, 200,000 square feet, completely dedicated to clinical and commercial production. The reason we love this concept is because under one roof, if you start your clinical trials here, you would have had your material made by the same people, same equipment from phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and commercial. So there's something we think is really important to clients versus dealing with multiple sites and transfers, really to de-risk their programs. We put, I would say, all of the thinking that we can think of in terms of making it approvable and making it multi-product and multi-client, such as like single-pass air, unidirectional flow, was something we built into this facility to ensure there's no concerns or question. We basically took the route of engineering everything into the facility rather than relying on procedures. Significant amount of automation in terms of quality systems, and a lot of digital solutions for data sharing and for impact to the client. So we're very proud of this facility. And we actually will start operations in August of this year. And then we'll actually move the staff, admin areas more like in the November, December timeframe of the year. And there's actually 14 production suites in there with the ability to actually replicate the building on the backside of it and double the capacity. So very happy to have that offering. I want to share just a few examples of the kinds of things we encounter with clients. So we had a case this year where we had a client that really needed to get to the clinic as quickly as possible. This is a unmet medical need, orphan indication, and they really needed to get it to the patient population as quickly as possible. And so we've had so many years of working with INDs that I think by now, although I wouldn't call it a playbook, it's really something we can really advise clients and develop all the preclinical package, all of the clinical package, all of that CMC data, and really ensure that they have success. And I got to tell you, we were really surprised when they came back to us and said, hey, we submitted. The IND came back with 0 questions. I got to tell you, I've been around for 30 years. You guys can look me up, and I had never encountered that before, where there's always questions from FDA or EMA or anyone where you submit an IND around specifications, test methods, just clarity, and it's very rare to get that. And I think it's really a testament to the experience the team has on, what are they expecting, what kind of data do we need, how do we defend it, and how do we provide, a really clean package to make the client successful. So we're very happy they were able to start their trial on time. The other study is a little bit different in that we had a client who, an actual foundation based in the U.S. that had worked with another CDMO. Unfortunately, that CDMO tried their best, but they couldn't get the yields, and more importantly, they couldn't get efficacy, so they couldn't even get to the clinic. So they approached us and said, what can you do? Can you look at our process and see what you can do? So we actually spent quite a bit of time communicating with them and just listening to their needs, what they'd done before, devised a pretty comprehensive program in the lab. And really, at the end of the day, we kind of advised them, let's use our platform. We have a lot of years of experience with it. It has usually worked very well for folks. And they listened to us, and we were able to get it to work, get great yields, great consistency, and more importantly, the potency and efficacy they were looking for, and they were finally able to get into the clinic as expected. So we're very happy with that outcome on behalf of that client. And the last example I want to share is one that I think has been happening more and more recently in the industry is clients approaching us with, really the need to get very quickly into the clinic for many reasons. Of course, there's a patient population in need of these therapies, and for many of these illnesses, the clock is ticking, right? The longer they wait, they may not be able to get into a trial and get the benefit of it. There's also the funding side. Companies are burning cash. They need to get quickly to the trial. So we've been looking at ways to resolve that, and one of the things we've done is, okay, what can we do on the front end with starting materials such as plasmids to get that done a lot faster, and what can we do on the back end? So we had a client approach us that was basically going to use a company just for plasmids, use us for their vector production, and then use another third party for QC testing. When they added all those time frames and lead times, it wasn't something they really could work with. So by bringing it all together with us, we told them, look, if you can work with us end to end, we really could make a huge difference for you. From not only do you have control now because it's everything with one partner, but you also can cut your time. So we were able to cut the time by 50% for them, which is, I can tell you, made a huge difference versus having to wait for materials to be made by various parties and then having to deal with managing multiple companies. So again, these are some examples of the kinds of things we encounter every day, and we're just very happy to be here providing a great service for people. So if you have questions or anything, please feel free to reach out to any of us. We have a booth here if you haven't visited us, but you can also reach through our various websites or social media, and we'd be glad to help you. So thank you for your time.